So here I am on my porch. I'm about to do some painting. I found this super nifty piece of wood that I'm gonna put the camera through with this gorgeous outdoor lighting. Take another piece of paper or a ruler. And we want a line not in the middle, but a little lower than the middle. You can apply the rule of thirds if you like. But I don't recommend splitting it in half. There are psychological reasons. From this, we're gonna pick our vanishing point. Really, it could be anywhere, but I'm gonna go with the middle, make it easy, and make a line from there way out. I'm gonna make a big A shape, but really want it way out to show distance. So this is our road. I go a little higher than the corner. Again, splitting in half is makes you choose psychologically, not as good as not exactly half. So now we have our vanishing points, and we have our road, which appears huge when we're close, and then farther and farther and farther away. Now, get a big brush. Load it up with yellow. Ooh, nice and soupy, lots of water. Bloop. Yellow. Across the top. Side to side. Always side to side. Wash out that brush. Get rid of any extra water. But very quickly we want to fade that top to white. So with nothing on my brush. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Few swipes back and forth. Even wash it again if you had a huge amount of yellow. You want it to fade to white. Now I'm going to do blue. I want to make sure there's no yellow on this brush. I don't really want green, I want blue. Load up some blue, and I'm going to do a stripe at the top. Again, nice and soupy will help it move smoothly. Now the very top is going to be the darkest part, so don't get shy. But at some point we got to wash. And get that to fade down. So the white is the buffer between the blue and the yellow. If you accidentally make green, that's cool. I want this so soft. Oh, it's gorgeous! Eee! Let that dry. Well, at least the top, while we work on the bottom. Okay, we're gonna do light gray. To make it lighter, just use more water over the road. And we're gonna do the side triangles dark gray. I could carefully do one then the other, but I really need these like side to side strokes to be side to side. If you accidentally start doing this, it looks like the road's tilted. This has got to be side to side, and then the rest, because it's darker, it'll cover these parts where I went over. I'm gonna give it a little bit more. This is sunset time, so everything's darkening. In a minute we'll do these tree silhouettes. And the silhouette is when the light is behind an object, you just see the outline. You see it in all dark. Okay, I'm gonna grab a smaller brush I can control. I'm looking for something with a really nice tip without wacky hairs. That one's not the best. Thinking actually, ooh, one of these little angled chisel tips. Let's give that a whirl. So I'm still using gray, I'm just swirling a lot more, picking up more pigment and less water. If this is super wet, let it dry a minute. Otherwise, when I lay the color here, it'll bleed right into a bunch of wetness. So I'm going to very carefully get in these corners. All I want is that little corner. The sky is done, the road is done. Yes. I love this image so much. Hey, can you hear the motorcycles going by? Hi guys! Hey, I'm waving, by the way. I'm waving, not one sees me. I tried. Maybe next time. I think he saw me. I like to wave at cars going by. Just keep practicing putting out joy, even as people are ignoring it. It's good. It's good practice for your soul. Just keep giving love. All right. This is kind of the trickiest part of the whole thing. I don't consider anything in art to be hard. I consider it to take longer. So maybe even tricky isn't the word I want. This was time consuming to do right. I could do it quickly and it would be sloppy and not in the lines. So I will take my time. Sometimes when I'm going along the line, ooh, I splash. There's a bee. There's a bee in my scene, the first animal. Sometimes if I want to really concentrate on getting a line right, I'll just exhale. Okay. You can always turn the paper too. If there's another angle where it's easier for you to reach and glide the brush. Often it's easier to make a curve this way than a curve that way. Just turn the image and keep curving. Okay. Now we can add the clouds and then the palm trees. So it's kind of hard to go wrong with pink and purple clouds. I'm gonna start with a softer pink. Get it all worked up here. And just start some side to side. It's a little dry, so I'm gonna just wet it. So the edge looks soft. It will kind of wash the background a little too, so don't do that too much. But I'm just kind of establishing some pinks. You know that looks purple. It's because it's mixing with the blue. And this will look more peachy down here because it's mixing with the yellow. And that's what we want. Make a mistake, just fluff it in. Make it part of it. Happy mistake. I feel like we have a good amount of pink. I'll have it a little bit more. So pretty. Just that little bit of water makes it diffuse and fluff, have a much more cloud texture. Now I'm going to move to a little bit of purples. Don't avoid the sides or the top. That's a common one. You can always put back a little pink, make it a more substantial cloud. I sort of think of it like purple clouds with pink bellies. So pretty. Might put a little purple down here. Just to make this a little more interesting. I tend to do like flat on the bottom and more puffy on the top. But these long, wispy cirrus clouds, they're so easy to do and they're really beautiful. They're super satisfying. So I do those a lot. Woohoo! Now I'm going to use a really teeny brush and maybe my wedge, we'll see. And lots of black. We want a true black. So carefully manage how much water goes in. And how much swirling, like really a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. I'm gonna start, not on my road, but all along the road, just above it, with my trunk. So I can just start with a line up. Ooh. Not enough water, I can tell. It's not flowing nicely. There's a nice amount of water. Love it. So I'm taking my trunk. This one will be the thickest, so this one can be a little wider. It's closer. And I'll go ahead and kind of map in where I want the next one. And the next one. And each time they get smaller and smaller and smaller, which makes them appear farther and farther away. They'll also be a little thicker, the ones that are closer, and these will get thinner and thinner. Sometimes I'll just kind of round off the bottom of the trunk. I'm going to go ahead and lay this one on this side in too. You can just keep going if you want. In general, they start to get closer and closer together also. And it gives you this enormous sense of distance, right? The road is getting smaller and smaller. The trees are getting smaller and smaller. Now to paint a palm tree, all the lines come out of the top. Like a pinwheel. And then you're just basically adding fringe on both sides. Fringe on this side, fringe on this side. If it's really messy and crazy, good. That's what a palm tree looks like. So we kind of have fun being really wild with it. Because all the leaves of the palm frond are all floppy and crazy. Yoo! If I mess up, I just make it bigger and bigger. You really can't mess up. I even do this with preschool, and I just say, like especially these ones back here, just scribble. Look at this crazy scribbling I'm doing. And it looks awesome. Seriously? How pretty is that? It's all pretty! I love it. I love it. Great lesson.